Once upon a time, there was a little mouse wandering around a house. As he passed the kitchen, he smelled a delicious aroma. Following the scent, he discovered a large basket filled with golden corn. The sight made his mouth water, and his hungry stomach growled, eager to eat. But the basket was sealed tightly with no way in. The mouse tried to gnaw the basket with his tiny teeth, but the wood was far too strong. The more he looked at the corn, the more desperate he became. Just then, he noticed a knife lying nearby. Cleverly, he used the knife to cut a small hole, just big enough to squeeze through. Leaving the knife outside, the mouse happily slipped into the basket. Inside, the mouse was overjoyed. Before him was a treasure of golden corn, more than he could ever finish. Without hesitation, he devoured it, savoring each sweet kernel with delight. He ate and ate until his little belly swelled round and tight, unable to hold another bite. At last, satisfied, he thought of leaving. But when he tried to squeeze back through the hole, he realized he could no longer fit. When he entered, his stomach was empty, his body slim. Now, with his belly stuffed, he was stuck. Panicked, he tried gnawing the basket again, but it was too hard. Searching for the knife, he remembered it was left outside. Desperate, the mouse burst into tears. Just then, a rabbit happened to pass by and heard the crying. Curious, he peered through the small hole and asked, "Why are you crying?" Through sobs, the mouse explained everything. How he had smelled the corn, cut a hole, feasted, and then got stuck. After listening, the rabbit shook his head and said, "I can't break this basket either, and the knife is outside. But I have an idea. Be patient until morning. By then your belly will shrink, and you'll be able to escape." The mouse felt hopeful. He nodded in agreement and sat inside the basket, waiting for the night to pass, eager for dawn to set him free. All night long, the mouse waited, his belly slowly shrinking. At sunrise, he felt lighter and rejoiced, certain he could finally leave. He moved toward the small hole, ready to crawl out. But at that very moment, his eyes fell again on the golden kernels still piled high in the basket. Temptation stirred, greed overpowering reason. "Just a little more, then I'll leave," he told himself. But a little became far too much. Soon his belly swelled round again, and when he tried the hole, he was stuck once more. The rabbit's advice was forgotten. This time, his foolishness had led him straight into real danger. The mouse had waited patiently through the night, shrinking his belly to escape. At dawn, relieved, he thought freedom was within reach. Yet again, the sight of corn consumed him. He whispered, "Just one more bite," but one became many, until his belly was round and heavy once more. The narrow hole rejected him, and the chance to escape was gone. The rabbit's wisdom vanished from his mind, replaced by the trap of his own greed. As the mouse struggled helplessly, a cat happened to pass by. She caught the strange scent and quickly realized there was prey inside. Silent and careful, she crept closer. Peering through the hole, she saw the trapped mouse, unable to move. In a swift motion, the cat reached in, pulled him out, and before he could utter a word, swallowed him whole. Thus, his greed and lack of self-control cost him his very life, a tragic yet sobering end. The story of the mouse is a mirror of our own lives. Many of us are caught in the same way, trapped by greed, desires, or the repetitive habits of daily life. In truth, every morning offers us a chance to change, to step out of our invisible basket. But instead of seizing that chance, we return to comfort, to old routines, to the same traps. And one day, when it is too late, opportunity will be gone. So ask yourself honestly, are you truly happy with what you are doing? If the answer is yes, then you are free. If not, perhaps you too are trapped in a basket just like that little mouse.